Hi, good day. This is Miss LM and we're back again for another math video, and today we're going to continue our lesson about graphing linear equations into variables. And now we're going to use the slope and a point. So dito po sa ating first two examples, I'm giving you easy example po muna. Doon muna tayo sa pinakamadali. Wherein, ang given po ay yung slope mismo and point, wala pa si linear equation. So we have here the slope is equals to 2 and the first point, point A, is negative 3 and negative 2. How are we going to graph this line using this slope and point? So, una po, we have to plot the given point. That is negative 3 and negative 2. So, matatagpuan natin siya sa quadrant 3. Negative 3 and negative 2, doon natin ipa-plot yung ating point A. And then, to plot the second point, since wala tayong given na second point, di po ba, ang gagamitin natin ay yung slope. At natatandaan nyo pa po ba yung ating ratio about slope? That is the vertical change over the horizontal change. So, yun po yung gagamitin natin ngayon. Since meron tayong positive 2 at kailangan natin ng ratio, ang ating denominator na gagamitin is positive 1. This will be our rise. So, yun yung bibilangan nating units upward. And then, yung run is positive 1. Okay? Since positive yung slope natin, to the right yung run natin. So, let's do this. So, 2 units upward, 1, 2. And then, 1 unit to the right. So, there you go. Doon natin ipa-plot yung ating second point. Then, we have to draw a straight line passing through the 2 points and make sure to use a ruler para po sure na straight line yung ating madodraw. So, this is our first example given the slope and a point. Okay? Now, let's have our second example. The given here is the slope is positive 5 and the first point is 6 and negative 1. So, ang una po natin gagawin is to plot the point. We have 6 and negative 1, so siya ay nasa quadrant 4. 6 and negative 1, so dito siya magmi-meet. Doon po natin ipa-plot si point A. Next, we're going to use the slope. Again, rise over run. So, from whole number, gawin nating fraction. Lalagyan natin siya ng denominator 1. Rise natin is positive 5. So, 5 units pataas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, since positive nga po yung ating slope, yung run natin is to the right. So, doon tayo magpa-plot ng ating second point. Ang second point na nakuha natin ay mayroong coordinates na 7 and 4. Nakuha natin yan using the slope. Okay? So, now, let us draw the straight line using a ruler passing through the 2 points. And this will be the graph of this linear equation given the slope and the point. Okay? Then, on our third example, dito po meron na tayong linear equation mismo. Ano po? Y is equals to negative 4 over 3x plus 5. Saan natin ngayon kukunin yung slope at saka yung point? So, let's see. Okay, so alin nga ba yung slope natin dito? Since naka-slope intercept form siya, madali nating ma-identify yung slope, di po ba? So, the slope will be negative 4 over 3. Natandaan pa po ba yun? So, yun po yung numerical coefficient ng x natin kapag naka-slope intercept tayo. Then, meron tayong point na pwedeng ma-plot from this equation, and that is the positive 5, also known as the y-intercept. Okay? So, since y-intercept yung ating positive 5 na yan, ipa-plot natin yan sa y-axis. Okay? Positive 5 ng y-axis. So, nandito po siya. Doon natin siya ipa-plot. That will be our first point. Now, to get the second point, gamitin natin yung slope. And again, rise over run po tayo. Positive 4, rise tayo ng 4. And then, ang run natin, since negative yan, papunta po sa kaliwa. So, 4 units muna tayo upward. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, to the left tayo kasi nga po ay negative ang slope. 1, 2, 3. 3 units to the left. Then, doon natin ipa-plot yung ating second point, that is point B. After plotting the 2 points, we can now draw the line that will pass through those 2 points, and this will be the graph of the linear equation y is equals to negative 4 over 3x plus 5. Let's now move to our next example. We have here y is equals to 2x minus 3. So, hanapin po ulit natin yung slope, that is positive 2, and our y-intercept, which is negative 3. Then, the first point na kailangan natin i-plot is yung ating y-intercept, and that is negative 3. Nasaan po ba ang negative 3 ng ating y-intercept? So, ito po siya. Plot natin dyan yung ating point A. And then, let's use our slope, which is 2. Gagawin natin siyang 2 over 1 dahil nga po kailangan natin ng rise over run. Okay? So, 2 units upward, we have 1 and 2, and then 1 unit to the right. So, plot natin yung point, and that will be our point B. Then, let us draw now the line that will pass through those 2 points to have our line for this linear equation. Y is equals to 2x minus 3. So, this is now our graph for this equation. Proceed to our next example. We have here y is equals to 7 over 5x minus 8. And again, let's identify the slope and the y-intercept. We have 7 over 5 na slope, and then our y-intercept is negative 8. So, ang una nating ipa-plot ay alin ulit yung ating y-intercept, and that is negative 8. Nasaan po yung negative 8? Nandito po siya sa pinakababa. That will be our first point, or point A. And for our second point, we're going to use the slope to find our second point by counting the number of units upward and the number of units to the right since positive yung ating slope. So, makukuha natin yung ating second point. So, bilang tayo ng 7 units upward. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then from there, 5 units to the right dahil nga po positive yung slope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, dyan natin ipa-plot yung ating second point. Then, let us draw the straight line passing through the 2 points. Then, this will be the graph of the linear equation. Y is equals to 7 over 5x minus 8. So, that's all for our example number 5. So, meron pa tayong natitirang dalawa pang example. And ito po ay medyo madali na. So, we have here, graph the linear equation y is equals to negative 5 using the slope and a point. But, as you can see, wala tayong term na may variable x. So, ibig sabihin, 0 yung slope natin. Ang meron lang tayo is yung constant, and that is considered as our y-intercept. So, ipa-plot lang natin si y-intercept, which is negative 5, at matatagpuan yan sa ating y-axis. Then, from there, since 0 yung slope natin, ano nga po ulit yung line natin kapag 0 yung slope? The line will be a horizontal line. So, this will be our graph for our example number 6, y is equals to negative 5. Again, magiging ganito lang yung ating graph if kapag wala po tayong slope na mahanap dun sa given equation. Okay? That means 0 yung slope natin at y-intercept lang yung meron tayo kapag ganito po yung kinalabasan ng equation. Then, for the last example, what if we have x is equals to negative 6? So, wala tayong y-intercept. Bakit? Kasi wala naman po tayong slope-intercept form dito. Meron lang tayong x is equals to negative 6. So, yung slope natin, hindi siya 0 kasi hindi naman po siya slope-intercept. Ang ating slope dito is undefined. And dahil wala rin tayong y-intercept, kasi nga po yung ating equation ay hindi naman slope-intercept form, ang meron lang tayo is a, and a denotes x-intercept. So, that will be x-intercept, negative 6. So, ibig sabihin, there is no y-intercept, we only have x-intercept. Yun po yung ipa-plot natin. Negative 6 sa x-intercept. Plot natin siya dyan. And since ang ating slope ay undefined, so, ibig sabihin, ang graph natin dito ay isang vertical line. Okay? So, vertical line for this last example, x is equals to negative 6. So, this will be the graph of this equation. Again, bakit naging ganito yung graph? Una, kasi po yung ating equation ay hindi naman slope-intercept form, and wala tayong makukuhang slope at y-intercept. Ang nakuha natin dito sa ating equation is slope na undefined dahil nga wala tayong slope at wala rin tayong y-intercept, at nakuha lang natin is x-intercept, vertical line dahil undefined. And this is the last example for graphing the linear equation using slope and a point. Okay, so that's all for this video about graphing linear equations into variables using slope and a point. So what do we need to remember in graphing linear equations using slope and a point? So the first thing that you have to do is to plot the point given. So kung given na nga talaga si slope and point kahit wala sa equation, una po nating ipa-plot ay yung point. And then after that, gagamitin natin yung slope and then yung ratio niya na rise over run para mahanap natin yung second point. Kapag nahanap na natin yung second point, makakapag-draw na tayo ng ating line. Kung naka-linear equation naman po yung given, identify natin yung slope and identify natin yung y-intercept, and that could be considered as our slope and a point. Yung y-intercept muna yung ipa-plot and then gagamitin yung slope para ma-plot yung second point. Bibilang ng units upward and then units left or right. Left kapag negative ang slope, right kapag positive ang slope. Okay? So I hope you learned something from this video. Give it a thumbs up. Huwag kalimutan mag-subscribe at mag-click ng notification bell button para ma-notify kayo kapag nag-upload pa ako ng another videos. So thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye!